You want us to put the dent back in to the motorhome? Hi everybody, it's Robin with Roaming with Rover. Thanks for joining us again today. So it's time for an update on the accident with the motorhome. As you know, in July, when we had called the tow company to come and get the motorhome to take it over to the RV repair place, the driver from the tow company scraped all down the side of the motorhome. So after we got back home, I called around in town looking for a company that could do the repairs. And there's only a couple of choices of folks that do RV body work. One of them happened to be a company that we do a lot of work with. So I was real happy to be able to get in with them. In the process of all this, I had been in contact with the tow company, and throughout the whole process, the only person I ever spoke with was the office manager, and she was real nice to work with, but I never did talk to the owner of the tow company. I did talk to the office manager multiple times. So we were able to get an appointment with the repair place, the RV repair place, to have them give a bid. The tow guy, the tow company owner, told us that he wanted to pay out of pocket for the repairs rather than turn it into his insurance company. And I can understand that. So it didn't surprise me, and I wasn't concerned about it at all. And that's what we told the RV repair people, that he was going to be paying out of pocket. So they were in contact with the tow company throughout this process. So it was a few days later, we were able to get it in there and get a bid done. And in doing so, they came up with an amount that I thought was pretty reasonable. At first, they had hoped they could do something called a skin, where basically they would just cover over the areas that were damaged. But once they got in there and looked at the actual damage, they realized there was too much, and they were not going to be able to do that. And so they were going to have to replace 4 of the panels, and they would have to be repainted to match the rest of the RV. Sounded like a typical repair job to me. Didn't sound out of ordinary at all. And they came back with a bid of about $4,500, which I actually thought was pretty reasonable. When the repair shop contacted the tow company, he, however, did not think that was reasonable. He, in fact, thought we were completely ripping him off. He went nuts, started screaming at the repair people, and said there was no way he was paying that much money, and he hung up the phone on them. I was shocked when they called me back because, again, I thought that was a pretty reasonable bid for the amount of work that needed to be done. Now, when the incident happened, I had pointed out to the tow truck driver that there was a scratch on one of the panels that he had not done. And I told him that we, of course, would make sure that when they were doing the repairs, that they would know that that was an existing scratch and it was not his fault. So when we turned the RV in to get the bid for the repairs, we pointed that scratch out to them as well. Now, bear in mind that scratch was about 3 or 4 inches long, half an inch deep. Wasn't a big deal at all, but it was existing, and I wanted everybody involved to know that if it came to needing that to be repaired, we would be paying for that, not the tow company. Well, the owner of the tow company used that as something to be angry about, and he actually called the RV repair place back and told them that if he paid to have those repairs done, he wanted that scratch to be put back into the motorhome. He wanted the scratch put back into the part that had just been repaired, or he wasn't paying for any of it. That's not how it works, dude. That's not how it works. If a part has to be replaced, it gets replaced. I don't know where he would get that kind of thought process from. It kind of really just blew me away. But he then went back to saying he wasn't paying for it. Don't call him. He's done with this. Leave him out of it. Click, he hangs up. Okay, so now what do we do? So now we are a month and a half, almost 2 months into this process, and we get to start over again. So we call my insurance company, and they come out and do a bid and contact the RV repair place. Well, now we've lost our place in line with them, so we have to start over waiting again before we can get it into them. And the bid came back almost to the penny what it was originally. And gee, they didn't want the scratch put back in. What a surprise. So we made arrangements to get it back in there, waited our turn, had to order the parts. You know how that goes. It's the middle of summer and you're going to be waiting for those panels to get here. So the panels finally get here, and then we have to wait an appointment time to get into the paint shop, and it has to stay at the paint shop for 5 days so they can paint it and it dries correctly before we can take it. So this process took from July 4th to the end of October to get complete. So 4 months. 4 months from the time the tow truck driver scraped all down the side of the motorhome to when it finally gets repaired. 4 months. And my out-of-pocket for this, $500 for the deductible. Could have been worse, I guess. So, get it out of the shop and get ready to hit the road. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Don't forget to do all the stuff. Subscribe, leave a comment below, like it, do the thumbs up, and that really helps us out a lot. All you got to do to subscribe is touch Max's face on the screen, and that'll do it. Make sure you hit that little ringing bell too so you get a notice of when our new videos are coming out. Bye for now.